Hello there. This is going to be the first video I've done in a while, and I'll explain why. I've been worried about the mental health team watching my videos, which they've been watching before, and I think they assume that if I make videos talking about conspiracy theories, even though I know this isn't a conspiracy theory, this is a factual thing that is happening to loads of people across the world. We just have no paper proof yet. So that's basically the reason I haven't done it. I've been too wary that they'll put me back in a mental hospital and they'll want me on antipsychotics again. I was on an antipsychotic injection which caused the symptoms of tardive dyskinesia, even though the psychiatrist said that it wasn't possible to get tardive dyskinesia that quick. You need to be on it years, he said. But I was having these spasmy wrist problems. You could actually see that part of my wrist pulling in and out on there on my arm, bouncing in and out. So it wasn't good, and it would happen to my left arm too, but mostly it'd be in my right arm all day, just twitching, and you could just feel this pulsating going boom 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 boom. So that wasn't good. It caused me to shake profusely to the point where I couldn't use my phone because I couldn't even type the buttons in correctly. I'd just press send by accident or send a load of gibberish, so I couldn't use my phone. I couldn't make someone a cup of tea because picking the sugar up, I'd have spilt the sugar everywhere, or the coffee, it would go everywhere, because I was shaking so much. I would just like flick it everywhere. I started hearing noises in my ears, sirens going off, knocking sounds in my ears, all sorts of things like that. I told them all about this, and I said this is the reason I want to come off the stuff, and they still tried talking me into staying on it, and that they think I was 10 times better since being on the stuff, which wasn't true at all. There's no way I was 10 times better at all. I was much worse, and my paranoia didn't go down anyway. It didn't affect my paranoia, and that's because they were treating a psychotic illness that wasn't psychotic. So they're treating something that's supposed to be psychotic with antipsychotics. But if it's really happening to you day to day, or week to week, month to month, you're getting shocks in your bed when you try and go to sleep. You're getting shocks whenever you relax. You're getting twitches, muscle spasms all over the place. I'm getting flashing light. This is what I want to ask. If anyone else has had these symptoms, please message me and tell me all about it, because I get flashing images, like images of stuff flashing in front of my eyes, too quick for me to even identify, but they're like flashing back in front of my eyesight into my eye region, so like that, and causing me to spasm as it happens. Like each time the flash would happen, I'd spasm, and that's every time I started getting a bit relaxed, or I started to chill out on the sofa or whatever, or if I just sat still for a bit, I'd get the twitch. I could get one now if I wasn't moving and talking so much, but as soon as I start relaxing tonight, the twitches and stuff will start coming on again, and these flashing images in front of my eyes, which are scary because they take the breath out of you. You're like that, like it's shocked you that much, it takes the breath out of you. So I'd like to know if anyone else has had them symptoms, which would be useful. So since being on the antipsychotics and all that, well, I've come off them now. I've told them I don't want to ever take them again, because well, I haven't said never again, but because they said if you get worse, will you take them? And I was sort of like, yeah, but I'm not gonna get worse. This paranoia is a side effect, and it's something I'm always going to have to live with. Watching that my drinks don't get spiked, because I've been spiked on a number of occasions. I've been drugged on a number of occasions. I've even been poisoned. I was spiked in prison. I was hallucinating my tits off in prison, and that was no fun. And I was recovering from a bleed on the brain at the same time, and it was something I'd eaten in the food. Someone had spiked me, so someone behind the prison kitchen. So they've got access to certain hallucinogenic drugs in there. If it's not LSD, it was something that makes the walls move completely, like into snakes and stuff like that. That's how intense it was. And insects all crawling up the walls and stuff. It was quite intense. But because I was in so much pain, it didn't bother me too much, because I could barely move. I should have been in an induced coma, really, with the bleed on the brain and stuff. But I've talked about that in another video about my prison sentence and what happened and stuff like that. But I've always had the shocks. For a long time, I've had the shocks on and off, but they seem to be on at the moment, like intensely. So they're continuously happening to me at the moment, and muscle spasms all through the stomach, the heart's actually feeling like it's getting electric shocks, like an electric shock or charge will go through the heart and out the body, and you'll feel it through your whole body, but you'll certainly feel it through your heart and your personal regions too. So it's not very good. So that's what I wanted to ask, if anyone's had them same symptoms. I'd also like to point out a couple of channels that I can tell you are true TIs. I've met one of the geezers from TI TV, Kieran Lee Perrin. He's got a separate channel too, called Kieran Lee Perrin, but him and Shane Gibbs are both the ones running TI TV, and it's an excellent channel. I'd advise whoever hasn't seen it to go and watch it. It's called TI Television. So all you need to type in is TI and then television, and it should come up on YouTube. And for Kieran's channel, Kieran Lee Perrin, Perrin is spelled P-E-R-R-I-N, and Shane Gibbs, S-H-A-N-E-G-I-B-B-S. Yeah, I've just watched one of Shane's videos now, and it was really good. It was about positive and negative mindsets and how to get yourself into a positive mindset, which is good, because TIs need to be doing that. We need to be looking at good things going on rather than always focusing on the bad, because like he said, they want to keep you in a negative state of mind. They want to keep you in that terrible negative state that we've all been in, but you can get out of it. If street theatre happens, I've had people talk gibberish to me with street theatre before, where someone's walked up to me. These have been on trains and stuff, and he's just talked utter gibberish, and I've not known how to reply or what to do. And then you think to yourself, oh, this guy could have a mental disability of their own, so I can't confront them and say why. But it's best not to confront people, because they're not going to know what's properly going on either. They're going to think they're doing a favour for a friend, or listen to a bit too much gossip and think they're doing a good deed for the day, or so on and so forth. You know how it works anyway, because most of you are going to be targeted individuals that are watching this. MK Ultra didn't stop in the 70s. They've just carried it on under a different name. The same things are happening. They're using the same techniques. I reckon street theatre was used on all them people with the 44 universities, hospitals and prisons. I'm sure a pyramid scheme of street theatre was used back then in them prisons. But no one knew. No one worked out. All the people that were telling people. I think these things are happening to me. I think I'm actually being targeted. No one believed them, none of their families, none of their friends. Just like most of the time, it's the same now. It's very hard to get anyone to believe you unless they've witnessed the intense street theatrics for themselves. Because otherwise, they're going to put things down as coincidence after coincidence, because they're not going to see the amount of coincidences you see. So my mum, I've said on another video, my mum witnessed the mental health doing some street theatrics. They won't see it that way. They will see it as they were trying to get me sectioned under a controlled condition, probably, which didn't work. So that was a lucky occasion, but at least my mum got to witness it, and she now believes us. She's even wrote a disclaimer to Kieran Lee Perrin for TITV that she believes us fully what's going on. She's had a good chat with him, and she believes us everything what's going on, and she just can't believe people can be so. She couldn't believe how people could be so horrible, but she doesn't understand the way it works. People aren't that horrible. People aren't. It's a clever pyramid scheme. There are bad ones in it. Obviously, there's bound to be some really bad ones, but they can't all be. In my opinion, anyway, I can't say they'd all be bad. So MK Ultra, either they've just changed the name and they've carried on, because all them documents that came out, none of the documents said how they did it, how they got all them people involved, how they did all them experiments on people without people finding out. Instead, people just found the paperwork of them doing the experiments, which is a little bit suspect to me, but I don't know. You can tell me what you think if you watch this and on my YouTube thing or whatever. That's wind outside. It's very windy, so I'll leave it there. I don't know. I'll show this. Is what Shane's printed up. Loads of these, so we're gonna get them delivered and posted around the country. We've already got rid of some on buses and stuff. There's lots of options of how to get rid of them, but they're very useful and sturdy little cards. So if you wanted to get hold of them, all you'd have to do is contact Shane Gibbs on his channel, and he'll probably be able to sort them out for you, because he's very passionate about this. But they're both two great geezers, so I know that from meeting Kieran, doing the filming with him, and finding out what a good geezer he was. He took me out, we played pool, we did loads of filming, we went down the canal, we went to loads of different landmarks, we even went to the seaside for a bit. Did a bit of drinking in between, but got 5 hours or so of filming, so we did really well. So I advise you to watch their channels if you haven't seen them before, especially TITV as well. TI Television, sorry, it's TI Television. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll be making more videos quite soon, but I'm still going to be making my music ones, so if they piss you off, don't unsubscribe for that. Just don't watch them, because I will be doing more videos. But if you feel like watching them, give me a thumbs up and share them if you feel like they're worth sharing to anybody, you know, through Facebook or whatever. Right, thank you.